Y'all ain't slick, man. It's just coincidence, right? We get all this Young Thug stuff going on, and people start talking about the real king of Atlanta is probably Gucci Man. And then Gucci Man audio drops. I said the other day it was like 98% it's them people that's putting out all this audio and attacking Young Thug. Let's bump that up the last 2%. It's 100%. It's a fact. Allegedly. It's a contradiction, right? A fact allegedly. It's them people, B. So now we got audio of Young Thug calling Gucci Man soft. All right. We're gonna play the audio, and then I'm gonna get into a little bit of backstory to see if we can find a little another element to those two dynamic in their friendship, Gucci Man and Young Thug. What else do we got today? We got a little small update with Rampage Jackson and his son Roger Jackson. Rampage Jackson, he's losing it a little bit. I could understand how, behind all the death threats and what's going on with his son and messing up his career a little bit, and it's a lot of pressure. The super viral nature of that situation. But he's lashing out a little bit. We're gonna take a look at that. We got to go to Bundle of Brittany. Y'all know how much I can't stand her over here, right? So the footage of Brittany Renner and PJ Washington, her baby daddy, right? We're gonna take a look at that. But when we're looking at that footage, not only am I gonna give a breakdown and reaction to that, I gotta talk about PJ Washington for a second too. All right, I'm gonna go a little left on that one. What do we have after that? Do we have anything else major? Oh, I got a couple debates for y'all towards the end of the stream. Couple little arguments that we're gonna kick up, see if we agree or disagree. But let's get rolling. Gucci Man first. All right, let's see the audio. Let's see the shot that was fired.
He used to be signed to Gucci. P used to be signed to Gucci Man. When Gucci Man found out that shit, he dropped the nigga. Because P used to try to rap.
Well, they still friends, so how's that?
Yeah. Go out, end up going to jail. I guess he just got him turned soft. Started fucking with a nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a real fact, though. He used to be signed to Gucci. P used to be signed to Gucci Man. When Gucci Man found out that shit, he dropped the nigga. Because P used to try to rap.
All right. Did Gucci Man go soft to y'all ever since he came out of jail? Some people say that he got out of the streets at the right time, cleaned himself up, created a clone, lost some weight, went to the gym, stopped doing as much drugs and all this type of stuff, got rid of the big, lean belly and all that allegedly, and reinvented himself. Started signing artists, whether some of those deals went well or not. I don't know. Y'all think Gucci Man went soft ever since he came home from jail, or he did the right thing for himself, his family, his career, and what he's been through? I think y'all know what my answer is to that on that one, right? I tried to figure out if there was a little bit more ties between Gucci Man and QCP as far as before QCP's record label was put together. I didn't find it. So what Young Thug said right there, I just got to take his word on it. That's a little bit more internal information. I never saw no song of QCP rapping. Couldn't find nothing on the internet. Pretty much the timeline we see is that, what do we see here? Gucci Man featured on QC's label. This is the history between those two guys of like just generally. A song with the Migos called Slippery in 2017. That was on QC. Okay, cool. 2022, he also appeared on Us versus Them by Unk and Few, a duo comprising of Migos members as well. I don't even know what the hell that is. I don't remember that. What else do they got? They got some other little business dealings back and forth. But ever since the allegations of QCP came out, which I believe was 2023, I looked for things with QCP and Gucci Man together. I haven't found anything. No collaborations, no business, no songs, no features. Definitely can't find anything about P rapping. Once again, I'll take Thug's word for it. But when it looks back towards Gucci Man and Thug, I wanted to see if there was any motivations behind that. So we know that they had some business dealings in the past. I went back and I pulled up a couple clips for y'all. So let's start to take a look at some of this. Let's see how y'all feel.
And when he came, I told him, I said, listen, I'm gonna sign you. I said, I'm just gonna give you a shot. I said, I don't care if you can rap or not. I know you can hustle. So we're gonna just hustle the music. I'm gonna work with you. I didn't even know if he wrote his music. I really just wanted to help Pee Wee. Mm-hmm. But when I got that, when Pee Wee come to the studio, People we bring Thug and 2 other guys. I didn't even know these guys. I didn't even know he was bringing them. And people was like, Gucci, listen, they hard. They the one who got me to start rapping. Sign them. And I had a bag with some money and I got 25,000 out. I gave it to him right there, signed Thug right there. Never had heard a song on him. But just because he told me to sign him. And when he came, I told him, I said, listen.
Let's listen to one more about that topic, right? The history between Gucci Mane and Young Thug. Let's listen to one more.
Everybody else scared to even get in the room with Thug and the Migos and Scooter. They scared. That was my whole thing. I wanted to be like, damn, I got all the young boys. Even if they wild, I'm still opening the door for them. Y'all can always come here. People want to open the door to the studio for them. And that's why I always be like, man, I'm the GOAT. Remember when I opened them doors for y'all? When y'all know y'all was knuckleheads. We was all on some knuckleheads. Man, I treated y'all like y'all was Michael Jackson. You know, the biggest it was, or whoever it is you could think about, because that's how I felt about myself. Everybody else scared to even get in the room with Thug and the Migos and Scooter. They scared. That was my whole thing. I wanted to be like, damn.
I'm just saying. Story goes, and he said this on multiple platforms, multiple articles, multiple times. Story goes, he signed Young Thug on the spot without ever seeing a video from him, hearing a song from him, not knowing him from nothing, for $25,000. Now, depending on where you at in life, depending on where you at in your career, depending, how much traction you have, $25,000 might be the world to you. And then in hindsight, you look back at it now and seeing that these guys are both multi-millionaires, and you say like, damn, you signed for $25,000. It looks crazy now. Don't know how it looked back then. Shit, Young Thug agreed to it, right? I don't know. I didn't hear nothing in any of these stories over the years about any guns put to anybody's head. But did that cause a rift right there in hindsight later on? I believe so. And then when we start to look a little bit more into what happened after that, I can't play this Hot 97 clip, but let's look at the article, okay? Remember this? Gucci Mane, I sold Young Thug's contract at 300 Entertainment. This particular article right here is from September 2016. This could have been while he was in jail, I think we saw, right? Maybe he needed to get his hands on some more cash while he was going through all his legal problems. Okay. Let me read a little bit of this. Gucci Mane told Funkmaster Flex that he sold Young Thug's contract to Todd Moskowitz of 300 Entertainment when he was in prison. Thug was once signed to Gucci as an artist, but there wasn't much he could do for him behind bars. He was signed to me, said Gucci. I sold his contract to my friend Todd. To be honest, I talk with Thug. I really care about Thug. Thug is super talented. I've been seeing it. So I don't want you to be thinking I'm trying to be funny. It's that I felt I was getting wind of him dealing with a lot of different people, and I called him and I told him, I want you to do this deal with Todd because I want you to be in the best hands. I didn't want nobody to take advantage of him. I wanted him to be his own boss. Gucci told Thug that 300 really believed in him and would let him start his own label and take it as far as he could. Leo Cohen was also a part of 300 Entertainment at this time. Okay. Gucci also explains how he was able to release so much music when he was in prison. Shortly before going in, he had an all-star roster with him that included Young Thug, Migos, Young Scooter, and Waka Flocka. Yeah, he had some people. Gucci is definitely elevated, just like the Yo Gottis of the world. It's like quietly, they didn't have some people under them at certain points of their career. Once he got locked up, he decided to release everything that remained on his hard drive. He even was able to collaborate with people he hadn't met yet. I was letting people know, even though I'm locked up, I still want to have a presence. Now, there's a lot of, depending who you talk to, and some artists came out even recently, a couple weeks ago, and had some sideways things to say about Gucci Mane, right? Depending on who you talk to, some people will say he's the street guy that gives the street niggas opportunities and don't care about being like, let's say, a Leo Cohen or somebody that's all business CEO type, bring you up into some boardroom. He's on some hood business type shit. Like, listen, man, I don't give a fuck about your reputation or that. Here's $25,000. Come fuck with me. I never heard of you before. Some people say that about Gucci, and shout out to him for that. Other people say they felt like he never pushed them. He always prioritized himself. The same type of shit you hear about every fucking label, right? But this $25,000 signing, and then fast forward, you sell Thug's contract, and I guess, pieces of your label or certain things that you have when you're going through your legal situation to Leo Cohen and 300? Does Thug have a problem with that at the time? I don't see how. If this guy's in jail and he moves my contract somewhere else, this is the nature of mortgages. This is the nature of contracts. This is the nature of business. I seen a contract a week and a half ago for somebody in battle rap that got a business deal coming up that's not announced yet. Same thing was in there. We reserve the right to be able to transfer your contract. Sometimes for good, sometimes for bad. It's part of business. Gucci Mane is explaining that he did it while he was in jail. And over there, you get the opportunity to start your own label. We start to see that happen with Thug, right? Thug started becoming his own boss, correct? But I also looked up publicly, is there any availability to how much that contract was sold for? It's not listed. The only tie that I'm really creating right here is the previous audio that came out of Young Thug pretty much doing his divide and conquer thing between QCP and Lil Baby. And it makes me ask the question again. Is that divide and conquer and the things that I'm not Lil Baby, that Young Thug was saying on some of them calls, is it because he really, really, really took issue with the fact that QCP, who claims not to be a street nigga, don't know what he was claiming at the time of that paperwork coming out? Y'all could do the timeline on that for me. But is it really because you feel like I'm just upholding all these codes? QCP, he cooperated, he got somebody locked up, and he should be designated a rat. Nobody should be doing business with him. Is it because you watched Lil Baby get a bag, possibly come up with QCP, become powerful? Is it because you feel that you was protecting your friend Lil Baby and he should have got some of that deal, that alleged 300 million that QCP signed on for when he gave away all the masters for Migos and Lil Baby, and he signed that big deal while still remaining like in operations on the board, right? Or do you just have your own personal gripe towards when these contracts and these masters and these artists have to move from company to company because you feel like that's what happened to you and Gucci Mane? I don't know. But getting signed for $25,000 and then taking off might make a couple people feel away. So I don't know who to blame and who to fully point a finger at when it comes to Gucci and Young Thug here. I just feel like there's more to that phone call, that short clip of he went soft ever since he came out of jail. There's a lot of pieces here, man. There's a lot of pieces. That's some of the backstory that I feel like we got to pay attention to that I found. It's still a lot of divide and conquer that's going on. And it continued a little bit, right? Now, when people are that close, if I'm the one that put you on, if somebody, a homie of mine, walked you into my studio and I gave you $25,000 on the spot and never even heard of you before, never met you, never seen you, nothing, I go on to support you. Later on, you know, if we're that tight, if I'm one of the originators of your getting out there with your career, Gucci Mane puts out a tweet. Somebody tell @Gunna, I got $1 million for him to sign today to the Evil Genius. No cap, 1017 versus the world. 1017 records. Okay, cool. This is an old tweet, people. But here goes Young Thug replying to that. I gave him that already, kid. #no cap. I'm not reaching. I just feel like I know human psychology enough to feel like if me and you was brothers like that, let's say hypothetically, Gucci's just watching the scene and sees this young gunner on the rise and puts this out there for him to try to take the bait, get in touch with him, and possibly sign him. For Young Thug to come and reply to him like that, it's almost like, nah, like we good, or I got him. Like, I don't know. I would call my boy and tell him like, oh, I don't know if you know what I'm saying? But, you know, the thing that I got going on, I already signed him. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my bad. I don't mean to step on your toes or nothing like that. But the public thing like this, I gave him that already, kid. And then even calling him kid. Like, I'll break down words when you're going to tweet me like this public, like, kid. Nigga, I'm your OG in this music business. No? I say all that to say, people, the audio is being leaked for whatever reasons. I'm going to break down some of that, some of my opinions on that. But there's already an issue between Young Thug and Gucci Mane. There's already an issue. Y'all fed the world all this Atlanta unity. Bullshit. Ain't been no true behind the scenes Atlanta unity, Atlanta rapper unity for quite some time. Y'all sold that to us. Had me as a New Yorker feeling bad. Like, damn, yeah, none of our New Yorkers fuck with each other. Y'all don't fuck with each other neither. All right. More leaked shit coming out for Young Thug. What's this one? Is talking about his producer. Yeah, let me see the caption on this one. Young Thug calling his long-term producer Wheezy stupid and can I say this word on the internet? I'll be careful and read whatever. After Mariah the scientist told him that Gunna's plea went over Wheezy's head. So Mariah's his girl, right? Young Thug's girl, Mariah the scientist. All right, let's listen to the audio.
You just can't be serious to like try to paint this out to be that. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The people that like is going over their head, they done linked him. Like, you know, everybody else. Elliot, Wheezy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know he's gonna go over his head. He's so damn retarded and stupid.
Right.
Damn.
It's a couple people who seem like they know that, you know, he's totally out of line. You just can't be serious to like try to paint this out to be that. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The people that like is going over their head, they don't.
Speaking of Mariah the scientist, though, I'll get back to this in a second. But speaking to Mariah the scientist, just imagine being at your shows, and now we're getting into some of the reaction people. Just imagine being at one of your shows and fans is doing this type of trolling to you while you're up there on stage. What? Fans are really going to Mariah the Scientist shows and just to tell her Young Thug's a rat. What the why did she give a thought? I'm gonna give a benefit of the doubt and say that from that distance she couldn't read the words and she was just trying to give him the thumbs up. Like, yeah, I see you, fan. I hope so, because if she was able to really read that, but the optics of this shit just looks crazy. They're trolling your girl at her shows, B. It's just insane. Who would have thought that Young Thug news like this could be this massive in hip hop? It is. It is one of the biggest hip hop news storylines of 2025, easily. All right, more reactions. His sister got some words for Rollo. She came out talking, huh?
I'll tell you about it, see if I call my phone, because you probably don't know no better, so I'll just put you down. They said we turn everybody against us. Against them. Yeah, Rollo said, he said, Thug made everybody not talk to me. Nah, they ain't want to talk to you anyway. My brother ain't didn't do that. But you ain't spending on nobody. It's like we need to sit down and talk. I ain't hang your religion, but baby, we don't, you know, we talk to God about shit. Y'all know I'm disrespectful. I be saying shit. I need to not say nothing to people, but don't be on the internet acting like my brother just a hoe, and y'all know my brother ain't that. On the internet acting like y'all just hoeing my brother. You know for a fact y'all doing it because he can't come back to Atlanta. I ain't even think about that. Yeah. Niggas gonna do this. Niggas gonna click up. Niggas gonna do all this because they know he can't come back to Atlanta. That the only thing it is, he can't come back here. All that spit. Spit on who? Then we gonna lay right back to A. Now we been putting belt to ad. That's why everybody clicked up. That, yeah. No, you know the block. They said when Jeff got out, he went and did an interview. His first interview was with white people and not a black person. Yeah, so all the black niggas, they mad because when he got out, he did an interview with a white person and studied his black community. All that 20,000, 30,000. Baby, my brother want $1 million a building. Bye.
All right. Let me say this. Let me stay here before we continue to close out the reactions and then get into the summary of this segment. Respectfully, Shorty, I don't know if the black people were mad at Young Thug because when he came out, one of the first interviews he did was with a white guy. I didn't even pay attention to that until I listened to it right here in this video. I didn't give a fuck. If anything, I think a lot of people were probably paying attention to how much we would respect Young Thug being on eggshells. We were going crazy over the plea that he had to accept. Like, yo, you can't wipe your nose, you can't do no hand signs. I'm not sure if you want to wear certain colors, you can't say certain lyrics, you can't go to Atlanta. If you do, you got to be here for a graduation of a family, in and out, this much community service. If you do this, you come back, you serve all that backloaded time. It seemed like it was a revolving door. His whole plea was just like, dude, like, how do you not slip, fall, and end up right back where they want you, where they really, really want you right now? So him coming out and being quiet, or not rapping certain lyrics, or doing an interview for some prestigious platform or a white guy, whatever, instead of going and sitting down with DJ Academics and talking about old past shootings that happened. I think everybody was okay with that. Everybody kind of expects that. It's the whole sit down and be careful thing, nigga. You just came back home and everybody still looks at you like the street. Nobody questions who put belt to ass in the streets. Nobody questions the people that are around Thug or even Thug. Everybody gives him credit for being a legitimate street nigga, and in your words, putting belt to ass. You know, so the second thing that I would question there is the thought that people would only play like this because Thug's, his parole or his plea agreement says, his ability to be in Atlanta. First of all, anybody that feels like somebody that has power in the streets just because they're not there, that things can't happen anymore, that's naive. That's not how the streets operate. I still believe that Young Thug can push buttons in Atlanta. He doesn't have to be in Atlanta, so that's one thing. Number two, I think that we're totally ignoring the fact that a 2-hour interrogation video came out on a person that we look at as somebody that would say nothing to the police. Nothing. You saw Little Durk on Academics, the clip that we played yesterday, and he said, let me remind y'all, this is what you do if you get jammed up. What I'm here for? Lawyer. That's what Little Durk said, that's what you're supposed to do if you get jammed up. Respectfully, if Lil Durk comes home, if he beats his case or gets a sweet plea deal, and then people do exactly to him what they're doing right now to Young Thug, and they start putting out his jail calls or audio, or we see a 2-hour interrogation video come out on Lil Durk, and he's talking to the cops, he's saying real names, he's saying, I don't know, he breaks the law before, yeah, we sold this person weed. If you ever need anything, please call me. Here's my cell phone number. All the type of stuff that he was saying in there. If that happens on Little Durk, we're going to do this. The internet, the fans, the Rollos, the bloggers, the podcasters, other rappers, they're going to do the same thing to Little Durk. This isn't we all woke up one day and said, let's go fuck with Young Thug. This ain't that. This is where the word accountability comes in. Accountability. I can understand a sister, a mother, a brother, a father is going to be extremely biased. So this is no disrespect to her. But I'm just saying, the moment we try to act like this isn't happening all towards the direction of Young Thug because a 2-hour interrogation video or audio came out, despite his reputation for being so anti-police or so anti-cooperation, then we're lying to ourselves. That's where this muster's from. That's where this comes from. He's a victim of his own reputation right now. This will happen to Little Durk. This will happen to Gucci Mane, who everybody right now is saying, this is the real king. He's really the realest ever. Never got robbed, never got this, never got that. Stood in front of Jeezy and rapped about his dead ops at Versus, caught a body and rapped all of this type of stuff. He's the realest. Let a 2-hour we would do the same thing to Gucci Mane. Who else do y'all think is real? It'll happen to anybody, okay? So like let's be honest, people. Let's not stray away from how this started. Nobody woke up and said, let's fuck with Young Thug today. Nobody did that. Okay. Next, as far as reactions on the internet, I thought this was hilarious. It says Young Thug fan page is calling for an emergency meeting with Gunna and Little Baby fan pages following recent snitching allegations. Now, as much as this is looked at like a troll, these accounts are big. Look, they're verified accounts. They're big accounts. A lot of their fan bases follow them, take credibility off of what they say, expect things that's coming out of these artist camps and behind the scenes stuff to be reported on these pages. And for Thugger Daily to be talking about Gunna Daily and Lil Baby Snippets, call me ASAP. It just makes you think like, are y'all finding out that some bullshit is coming out before the public gets it, and y'all get, like, it's insane, insane. That don't look like a troll to me. If you look at some of the comments, somebody say, "Yo, I'm dying." Look at it. They got a 6ix9ine meme up here. What's that? The joint with Nicki Minaj. Look at this conference room. Oh my god. Y'all don't get to reference from Non-Vicious or the reference from Non. What is this? They done got fan pages holding conference meetings now. Yo, nigga having a midlife crisis over another man is that's sad. Should I quit music and become a snitch? Oh my god. It's okay if they're under 17 years. Oh my. You see what I'm saying? It's insane, B. One more reaction that I'm gonna play before leading into my reaction, my summary. Mr. Charleston White. Why do I even play this guy? The same reason we all play him, right? We know he's a clown. We know he's an actor. We know he does a lot of bullshit on camera. But he has his moments where he happens to either be on point with something or he says some real shit. And he's entertaining. So you can't take him overly serious. But right here, is he making a point? Let's check this out.
So whatever law enforcement, individual, group, prosecutors that have decided to release these tapes, this is better than a conviction. Job well done. This is better than a conviction. You guys have single-handedly destroyed this criminal organization. They'll never have power or influence together. And not only that, they've turned on one another and they'll destroy themselves. Job well done, Fulton County and Atlanta Police Department. Well done. This was clever. Now, this was very clever.
And you loved every minute of it.
I loved every minute of
it. All right. So this is what I want to say to that. And let me try to get back to let me see if I can get back to Charleston White. Leave him up here on the screen so that we can remember to reference his crazy ass. You got this person by the name of what's her name? Fannie Willis. She's a Fulton County of Georgia prosecutor, right? Well, her name came up a lot during the YSL trial. She seems very unapologetic for going after RICO charges towards some of your favorite rappers, not just Young Thug. Young Thug obviously was always going to be a big target, big name, a lot of influence. Like his sister said, been putting belt to ass. Well, they want to go after people that's been putting belt to ass, right? I'm just saying. Being that most of us at this point feel like this is orchestrated by the DA's office, the people, the authorities, putting out these phone calls, post Young Thug coming back and outside. It's not just to prevent him to continue to ingratiate himself back into the public and regain his power and his control. But if you even see and you hear these calls, because they hear if we hear it, they hear it. They heard it months ago, a year ago, maybe before we know, right? You see the shot calling. You see the 21 Savage. You see the whatever Wham say go. Even if it's a tweet, you see the Gunna stuff. You see Lil Durk stepping up for him at times. You see any of his support from these big artists that have street ties, gang ties, millions of dollars, or simply just influence and power, right? I feel like these authorities will forever look at some of these rappers, and a lot of it is earned, right? Will forever look at y'all and say, it's more than music. And the moment you slip, we're going to show the whole world that you're not just here creating music and going into the studio. You're behind drug sales. You're behind crime. You finance this illegal activity over here. You got these ex-street gang members or these niggas fresh out that we're watching already on your payroll or running with you. You got the streets with you. You got ex-killers with you. You got people that were investigating for shooters with you. You got drug dealers around you. You're putting belt to ass, we feel. And you guys are all grouping up right? You put too many of these motherfuckers together. Dare I get a little too historic and say, you're never going to congregate powerful black men like this for too long, especially if you feel like crimes are being broken. I don't feel like any crimes are being broken by the Black Panthers. Well, they broke a couple laws, right? They did some shit, obviously, but like the government is never going to let these powerful people congregate if they feel like you can be destructive or even overthrow. It's not going to happen. And Young Thug is a powerful person. So you took your shot legally, right? We've seen this with John Gotti and Sammy the Bull. If I can't get you straight up, how many times did they fail with RICO charges and all type of charges with John Gotti, assault charges, whatnot? Imagine I can create an internal beef, divide and conquer at its best. And I'm going to get one of two great outcomes. Either I'm going to break up this power dynamic, have y'all hate each other, or if I'm lucky, some of y'all motherfuckers might break some laws, commit some crimes behind all of this shit. And then I either get to go back after my initial target or get after some of these other guys that I don't give a fuck about or I'd love to be on their trail anyway. Because I don't believe that all y'all do is rap. I don't believe this. I'm talking like as a DA's office. I don't believe all y'all do is rap. So this is 1000% coordinated. Why would we care? Why would the public care? Why would the DA's office care about an audio clip saying Gucci Man went soft ever since he came out of jail? Like some of us get to just say so and what? No big. What's going on between what you're looking at in Atlanta and saying this is worth us releasing to the public or leaking to the public somehow? Why? The Gunna thing, I get it, makes sense. That would have never turned people. Nobody would have ever cared if audio comes out of how much Young Thug hates Gunna, because the whole world was already calling Gunna a snitch and siding with Young Thug, right? But now you got stuff that's coming out with QCP. You got stuff that's coming out with Lil Baby, to the point where even Young Thug got a tweet. What's understood ain't got to be said. I'm with you for life, Lil Baby, or whatever. Why you need to publicly put out, we're still friends, we're still cool? Because, audio like that creates divide and conquer. It creates divisions. And dare I say, none of these niggas involved, Lil Baby and QCP, all of a sudden, they're not following each other. Gucci Man and Young Thug and Lil Baby, all these different, even 21 Savage and certain people, right? None of y'all could ever be the same, because there's also the not just the hypocrisy element. Then you got the whole, do y'all feel like he really telling? And you got to stand like Lil Durk. Where do you stand with this 2-hour interrogation? You got all of that, but also some of the slick stuff that's being said and some of the direct stuff that's being said. That's when you start to feel like I got a snake in my camp or in my circle. Like I never knew he felt like that. I never thought that he would call me soft. Like think about it like this, people. Let me ask y'all a real question. Let's say you got ladies, fellas in the chat. You got a circle of homies. There's 5 of y'all, right? All y'all knew each other for a bunch of years, which is where y'all feel like y'all got a real tight relationship. Y'all know each other's families. Y'all know each other's kids. Y'all know each other's personal business. Y'all been over each other's homes. You helped each other make money. You guys talk on phones. You guys take vacations together. You guys are really like this. You could call that person, oh, that's sis, or that's my brother. Cool. If I got somebody of them 4 or 5 people in my circle, and I hear behind my back, he's calling me soft. Ladies, I don't want to get sexist and try to divide. Maybe it's different for men. I don't know how y'all feel. Maybe it's a different word for y'all. But definitely with fellas, if I found out one of my niggas was behind my back calling me soft, you think it's just a small word. Nah, that's deeper context. If you think I'm soft, we far from on the same page. We not. If I found that out, one of my boys was calling me soft behind my back, we would have a conversation. And if we have that deep of relationship and we had that good of a conversation, we would get past it. But you know how you have that little forgive but never forget element in you, because it was done behind your back. Now, if I come to you and I say, yo, P, I think that's a soft move for fucking with, for not P, yo, Gucci. I think that's a soft move for fucking with P. Now that we got the paperwork, or we done seen the 1090 Jake video, or we didn't heard the allegations of him cooperating. You know, we don't stand next to nobody that ever cooperates with law enforcement, right? You know, he used to be a street. We all know P used to be a street nigga. I don't care what he says now. Hypothetically, I'm just making this up. If you approach the man with that conversation and the word soft is there, it's all good. It's all good because I brought it to you. Then you get the opportunity to address me back, say where you stand. We get to address the word soft and all that type of stuff. It's a whole different ball game. If I get to hear a recorded phone call, or one of my other boys comes to me and shows me a text message and says, you know, your homie, you know, our homie, you know, he's been calling you soft for the last year or two. What? Soft? When I've been soft? Who the fuck I been? How he come to that conclusion? Some recorded phone call between him and his girl. What? He telling his girl? I'm like, what? Let me talk to it. And we can get past it, but it'll be there still. Like, you don't really fuck with me, or you feel a way towards me also where you didn't even want to bring it to me. Then the trust is just ruined. It's we can still be good, but the trust is hurt bad. The trust is hurt bad. This is divide and conquer at its best. None of these people could ever be the same, right? And at best, for these DA motherfuckers, the DA office, why don't y'all go ahead and fuss and fight about it now? Every tweet, every interview, every reaction, all the energy from the podcast, your sister going live, Roscoe going live, Rollo or whoever, Woody podcasting now, everybody that comes out and speaks out, blood relatives, CEOs, other rappers, everybody that comes out, I'm documenting every fucking step of it. I'm taking record of everybody that says we put belt to ass, or fuck that nigga, or fuck her, or he shouldn't have said this, or he's a bitch ass nigga, or wait till I see him, or I'm documenting every piece of this shit. I'm going to get my evidence out of you one way or another. and I'm gonna fuck up your credibility and all your relationships in the meantime. They play with his money on the low with all of this shit too. Heavily play with his money. All right, that's where I stand on the Gucci Man shit. Did they already have a rift? And 100% why I feel like this is all being done. And it's hard to even say it like he's being victimized. Like, damn, they doing this to Young Thug? Because Young Thug is Young Thug. Right? It's still y'all's words. If you don't say it, they can't use it. All right. Let's move on to Bundle of Brittany. Friend to the podcast. One of our favorites over here, right? Let's move on to Bundle. Very viral and disgusting footage that just came out, right? All right, let's take a look, see what's going on between her and her baby daddy, PJ Washington.
Okay, hold on, pause. This is what we're not doing. So every time that he does this, I'm gonna record this. Because that's not okay. I'm just letting you know. No, the thing is, this is the third time he's done it. This is the third time he's done it. He doesn't want to go with you. So actually show up and do something then with him. Because he does this every time. No, it's not. It ain't because anybody babysitting. You gonna give him his bag and stuff?
That's terrible. 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, no, it's not that at all. No, it's not. No, yeah, I will. But I'm telling you right now, every single time you come here and he's quiet, we're going to record that. And it's up with me. Just know that it's up.
What'd you say?
I'd love to.
What'd you say?
I didn't stutter.
I didn't hear
In
you
the
say
background,
yes.
but I love to.
If you had one, maybe I would.
Hey,
Pussy ass
Hey, you
bitch.
wish I would,
Pussy ass. What the fuck you looking at?
that's on my way.
Get your bitch ass out my driveway, ho.
You don't pay for shit.
Fuck you. You don't pay for shit either. $170,000 to your hoe, but $11,000 in your son's bank account. $11,000 for your son's bank account, but $170 for that bill. Get out your car. Get out the car. Get out the car. Come on.
Let me leave bundle of Brittany up here. Hold on. Let me see bundle of Brittany. You trash person, B. You are such a trash person. You are such a trash person. All I could do is laugh. That's all I could. I mean, this is not news to us how much of a trash person you are. Matter of fact, where's your garb? Is that what they call it? The garb? You're not covered. You're not. Where's the Muslim? Why you not? Why your hair and everything not covered? I see the braids underneath the hat, like you ready to get under your next wig and all that. But what happened to the Muslim? Why you don't got that on? Why you not opening the door with that right now? That's another story. We did that already. We know who the fuck this woman is. But this is so disgusting. You created this video. She looks back at the camera. She got what, a homegirl, something like that, recording. She says, every time he does this, we're going to record it. You are recording a video to simply show that as you hand your child to the other person that you created this life with, the father, when you hand your child over, the baby cries. First of all, that's okay. The baby could have a favorite. The baby could be spending more time with the mother to the point where when I do get a chance to be with daddy, it's a baby. Babies have preferences, okay? This is the type of stuff that hopefully in time, a year or two, maybe, or hopefully months, you get more and more calm. And it's being a baby, this crying will stop in 10 minutes because the babies cry to show you what they want. They don't have English language yet. They're not communicating with words yet. They cry to show I'm hungry. They cry. I'm tired. I cry. I'm hurt. That's how they communicate. The moment that, because he wants, I'd rather be with this person than that person. The moment that baby gets in that truck, calms down, sees that this other person who I already identify with, because I've seen him a bunch of times, my other caretaker and care provider is feeding me, is rubbing my head, is patting my back or whatever, the crying is over. You are a piece of shit for recording a video like this. And not only recording a video like this, to put it out to the whole fucking world to prove what? The baby cries when he goes with you. You act like you put out a fucking video of, look, every time he comes over here, he hits the fucking baby. Show us that. Then you got something for us. Show us that every time he comes over here, he's abusive to the child. He's abusive to me. He disrespects the house. Show us that. Don't show us that he came to pick up his own child. Good daddy move. And he cried. The baby cried. And you are a piece of shit person. Every time the baby, we're going to record. This is 3 weeks in a row. If you want to be with him, just be with him. Just try to be with him. Just say that. You obviously hunted down this little young NBA player, right? Allegedly. You got what you wanted out of the situation, and you back in the streets the way that you wanted. You were the one posting pictures talking about, I am back out. Who's ready for hot mama now that my baby has dropped it? These are your posts, your words, right? I'll still say allegedly. You got what you wanted out of the equation, right? This is what comes with it. Now you want to try to show the world that what? The baby would rather be with you for preference? And you put this out. This video doesn't happen to the whole world unless y'all put it out. You thought you were going to trigger the men and the women across the world to show them that a baby cries when you pass them to their father, right? And look, he even tried to walk away. You see, at first, he's there. He knows you at this point. He knows how much of a trash person you are, just like the rest of the world. He knows worse than we know. He's just like, give me the bag. Give me the bag. Let me get up out of here. And you keep on going with him in that door because you are in record and get some video mode. You are trying to prove some stupid ass point to the world of your personal business mode. That's the mode that you are in. He tries to walk away. And y'all still follow him to his car with a fucking camera in his face, talking shit about him picking up his baby. Every time he doesn't want to go with you, every time we're going to record this, you are provoking the shit out of this man. He tried to walk away. He was willing to even leave the bag behind. You keep the baby bag, man. I don't need this shit with you right now. This is piece of shit activity to keep a phone. And whoever's recording the friend, use a piece of shit too. Use a piece of shit too. And look at you. You're ready to fight in the driveway with his girl. You're ready to get into a physical altercation. You're ready to assault somebody now on your property and take it to a whole nother level because the man pulled up to fucking pick up his child and y'all shoved the camera in his face. Both y'all pieces of shit. Disgusting behavior. The fuck off the internet with this shit. Your personal life. Your personal life. And by the way, last but not least, Brittany, not only a baby will cry based on its preference. I like mommy more than daddy. Or I like daddy more than mommy. Not only does that happen with 1 billion babies across the world, right? You do know also there's husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, baby daddies, and baby mamas that have differences in the world, right? You know, you're not the only one that had a baby with somebody, and then after y'all have differences, you know, or after the baby comes, y'all separate and don't get along as much. You know, you're not the only one, right? What the fuck era do y'all come from, or what principles do y'all have that you feel like you need to pull up your fucking phone, shove it in somebody's face, record your differences, and then drop it to the world? You want us to then look at this footage and give you some type of praise? What did you think was going to happen when you put this footage out? What was your objective? What was you looking to accomplish? What was you looking to gain? Is this for the judge? Are you looking to show this to a court? This better not be about no fucking child support money or nothing, huh? Because this is a failure. This better not be about no bread, Brittany, allegedly. It better not be. Let me show the judge that the baby cries when the father comes and picks him up. It ain't about no bread. Nah. You're not putting your little baby and the father, your child, out here to be viral with this stupid ass mess that you provoked, that he tried to walk away from. This ain't about no money, right? You had to have some other more intelligent agenda behind this. Do us a favor. Since you want to put your personal life out like this, get on your Instagram and explain why you recorded the video. Let us rationalize it. I don't have no rationale for it. Tell us why you did it. You want to show us everything else? Now tell us why you did it. But I want to know if I'm wrong. I'll apologize. I want to see your explanation. I really did this because the baby is really crying because the baby gets spanked and hit all the fucking time and hurt. I'll apologize. Why did you do it? But then again, you probably would have said that on the camera if that was the case. Damn, I can't give you that one either. Where can she go with this? Where can she go with this? Where can she go with this? What's an out for her? What's an exit for her? She doesn't have one. Brittany being Brittany, a piece of shit person. Now, said that about her. PJ. Front and center. Get over here. Front and center, PJ. We still got to talk to you. And the reason why I want to talk to you is because not like I want this message to reach you. Hey, PJ, this is ARP to you directly. This is for my chat and the people that watch our little podcast. A gem for them and experience and reminders for them through your fucking situation. Okay? I could care less whether he sees it or not. But PJ, still, come talk to us for a second. This right here shows, fellas, slow the fuck down. It's okay to drive in the middle lane or sometimes even a slow lane. Slow the fuck down. Hornets, PJ Washington gets engaged to pregnant IG model baby mama Brittany Renner chimes in. Okay. So this is his new current, right? And by the way, congratulations, on the engagement and the kid coming and everything. The second baby mama, you know what I'm saying? PJ Washington is ready to put a ring on it. Okay. Washington is soon to be a father of 2 as he is expecting his first child together with his girlfriend, Alicia Chanel, more than a year after welcoming a child with his ex, Brittany Renner. This week, Alicia shared the news that the couple is now engaged to be married. She said, yes, PJ Washington and his girlfriend, Alicia Chanel, are now engaged. Shows a ring. Nice ring. Good job. Congratulations. No hate on that. I wish that for all y'all. Okay. What do you got down here? PJ Washington's first baby mama, Brittany Renner, also congratulated the couple by dropping a comment. Is that a shot? Here goes bundle of Brittany. Congrats, y'all. How old is he? How old is PJ Washington of the NBA? How old is he? You better not be no new pussy nigga or no new money type of acting ass nigga. Peter Waterford was born. He's born in 98. Damn, makes me feel so fucking old. 26 years old, which makes him 26 years old. You're 26 years old. 26. PJ, this is why I say we need to drop a gem for you as well. Not only did the world knows who this woman is, you still wet behind the ears, possibly hype. When you get into the NBA? You're 26 now. Hold on. When did he get drafted to the NBA? You're 26 now. 2019? Shit. So he's like 2021 or some shit. Okay. So you was a baby. You was a baby. All right. He was a young man. I don't know how it was for you coming up. I assume you did your thing. You know, you're not new to this, are you? But when you get into the NBA or when you get into some celebrity or when you get some nice money behind you, they're gonna flock. They might flock with you before you even have these type of things, depending on how you grow up, right? But you had to know who the fuck this was. All good. She made you feel good, same way she did Kevin Gates or any other man. She made you feel. I told you, Brittany is smart. She's charismatic, and she got game, right? She did the same thing to you, landed you, got pregnant by you in a week, right? Got exactly what she wanted out of that deal. Cool. Less than a year, you're having another baby and you're engaged. Yeah, prenup. You're 26 years old now, dude. It's okay to take your time. You're going through hell and back already, allegedly, with Brittany. Okay? If this one right here on the right, if she's a real one, if she deserves it, let it develop. You don't need to have a kid and then a year later, you're already engaged with another baby. And even if the baby is something that was unplanned and just y'all standing by it, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? We happy that we're expecting. Beautiful. Does that mean you have to get married? Right? Like, you would think coming off of this Brittany situation and only 26 years old, let me move a little bit more experienced. Let me slow down a little bit. Let this woman earn her keep, earn her time. If y'all really love each other, whatever is there right now will be there 1 year or 2 years or 3 years later. There's nothing wrong when you be seeing these people together, God forbid, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years before getting engaged. It's okay. It's okay, dude. So this one already got you in shit, right? She's trying to get footage of you allegedly to go take to the fucking child support agency, right? And this one already got a ring up out of you. Are you a sucker? I don't know the man. I'm asking a question. This one already got a baby and a ring up out of you too. A year later? If you're not a sucker, then slow down. That's the only jewel I want to drop for the fellas. Like, we ain't letting him fully off the hook. Your first BM is a piece of shit person, in my opinion. Just my opinion. But you all right, man? If this one goes left, another year, you're going to move on to number 3? All right. Let's move to Rampage. I don't know what's going on out here, B. Streets is crazy, man. Streets is crazy. All right. So Rampage, it's a lot of drama around the situation expectedly, and it's got him speaking out more, facing some of this energy. Rampage Jackson says Raja was a total POS. Psycho Stew's at fault too. I could stop at the title. Rampage is going to do it because if you're at the point where you're publicly calling your son a piece of shit, you could know he's a piece of shit, but do I have to tell the public he's a piece of shit? That's stands out to me right there. I don't know about that, man. You're unraveling or you're protecting yourself a little bit there. Now, I don't want to fully put that on Rampage, but I'm just not at a time like this publicly calling my son a piece of shit. Hasn't even been charged yet. No, don't know if he will be, but no charges have been brought yet. Don't know about a civil suit yet. This is I would use this if I'm the other side. His own father's called him a piece of shit, right? Like, Raj is being told to do the right thing, which is shut the fuck up right now, right? Because we haven't seen or heard nothing from him, and it's supposed to be like that. Don't become the person that you're cracking to the pressure as the father, and you're publicly speaking out in ways that don't look good for your son. So the title alone throws me. But let's continue to go. Rampage Jackson followed up his Instagram post with another in which he shared the video of Psycho Stu apologizing to Raja before he was invited to go into the ring to fight him for the show. Okay. Rampage says he hopes the clarification about the invitation, since some people think he just trespassed and hit Stu, might stop some of the threats that his family's receiving. So I don't know how many people really believe that he was trespassing. We got the whole stream out there. Him getting to the front door, asking for people at the door, being guided to the VIP or to the back, introduced to people, shaking hands, being guided down this hallway, being then guided to that hallway, being coordinated to somebody get him a front row seat, being placed there front row, having another coordinator come behind him and tell him when to jump into the ring. Who the fuck really believes that he was just there trespassing? That's not true. Even the other guy that did the crash out stream, the wrestler with the cowboy hat, whatever his name was again, AJ Mana or AJ Mana, even he said, even prior to the day of the event, him and the venue or the company and Raja was planning to collaborate and do promo for each other. So nobody believes that he's trespassing, Rampage. And if you're getting some of those streams, tweets or DMs, that's got to be a minority because it's clear as day. And what I worry about the most, if I'm Rampage, is the authorities, right? There's no way that lawyers or authorities or prosecutors are going to go in a direction of Raja was trespassing because that's already clear as day. So you don't have to worry about that. Quentin Rampage Jackson blowing up at haters online who are sending his family threats, admitting his son Raja acted like a total maniac. I wouldn't be saying that neither. But anyway, Psycho Stu needs to take some blame too. The MMA legend popped off on Instagram Monday morning sharing screen share, whatever, of a commenter calling for the streets to take out Raja Jackson after he brutally beat down Stu in the ring. Yeah, I do agree that that's wrong. People shouldn't be out here calling to violence, especially people that's not involved. Like that's irresponsible. Like if you're a podcaster or a blogger or a sports announcer getting on camera saying somebody should just go run down on Raja and kill, like that's irresponsible. So I agree with that, Rampage. But Rampage shared a long Instagram caption in which he told people they've all gone too far, namely throwing violent and racist threats at him and his family. The family should be left out of it. Raja should remain everybody's primary focus. And yes, it's not good for anybody to just start being attacked with death threats and racism, right? People need to stay focused on the people responsible. So I agree there. Jackson says, yes, my son took things too far, and I'm pissed at him for being a piece of shit and the way he handled it. But if Psycho Stu wasn't drunk and wouldn't have hit my son over the head with a real beer can while he was live streaming on his own stream, then Knox wouldn't have felt like they had to make things right by letting Raja get this back in the ring. That's not good for prosecutors because it's no different than why they can't support vigilantes. Right. You can't say, we know that this person awed this 4-year-old, but then the father went over there and shot him. The father's still going to get in trouble because they don't want you to take the law into your own hands, even if they feel like you're justified. They just can't let you walk around and show in the community or show in society that I can be the cop or the judge or the jury or the executioner if I feel like you did something wrong. You just can't. They can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So saying to make things right isn't correct, because a prosecutor is going to say, hey, Raja, if you were assaulted in America, we expect you to call the police. So this is 2 bad things that he's tweeting or he's putting out via Instagram. Rampage, you're hurting your son here, and I hope you realize that. Rampage says he wishes Raja went back to the cops instead of beating up on Stu at the event. That's a direction that they're going to go. So you can't say compelled for them to put him in the ring to make things right. It's not about making things right with more violence, right? Especially if people is telling you, hit him for real, give him his receipt. Allegedly. Now he needs to face the consequences for going too far. He knows better. However, Rampage thinks people are struggling to see past the wrestling storyline to realize where the line between performance and real life fight begins and ends. No, we see it. And we know it. Smart people do. Jackson adds that the narrative that his son beat up a veteran with PTSD for no reason after jumping into a ring where he had no business being is totally unfair. Even if his son messed up by continually beating on the man once he was on the ground. So this part right here, the veteran and the PTSD part, I do agree that should be coming onto the table, right? The PTSD thing, creates sympathy, and him being a veteran creates support. But the focus is not supposed to be, did this person serve his country? Because you got war veterans that committed some extreme acts of valor, come home and rob banks and shit, right? You want to give them a pass? So him being a veteran or having PTSD should not be a part of any justifications or any decisions on either side, all right? He was wrong and Raja was wrong. Somebody was more wrong in the situation. That's obviously Raja, but Rampage finishes off his message. Let's all learn a lesson. Keep your damn hands to yourself. I agree with that. If you get paid to do fake fighting, don't disrespect people that do shit for real. Well, obviously he thought, and that's what the people were saying, he thought it was a wrestler. It was a wrong thought. It was a stupid move on the wrestler's part, but he didn't think he was doing something to a real fighter. Okay. So Rampage, this almost now creates separation as if we're tougher than y'all. You don't need to say, he's making so many mistakes here. Now I put myself in this shit. DM me now. Now you're issuing challenges to people. I'm not going to call it a threat, but you're issuing challenges. You don't need to be online showing aggression right now, Rampage. What is it, like my 5th one that I'm calling out people? What are we, like 5 for 5? You shouldn't be showing aggression right now. You know what? Let me just come back to my main point. Let me close out my main point. We say a lot. Here's the jewel. We say a lot, and we follow the practice of you can't tell a man how to react. I could kill an ant with a sledgehammer. I slap you and you stab me. I can't blame you for that. I stab you. You know what I'm saying? We say that a lot. It's cliche as fuck. We grow up with that principle. I grew up with that principle. It made me remind myself of how to try to not disrespect or cross people in certain ways. And it also made me feel justified for things that maybe I've done if I feel like I went 5 steps further than somebody did to me, right? I've adopted it over the years. And what I'm learning right now, this is why they say you could never stop learning, man. You learn to the grave. My old ass is learning right now that I don't know if I should be following that anymore, right? Especially if we're talking about keeping yourself out of trouble. I don't know if I should be following or preaching that anymore. Well, listen, you can't tell a man how to react. If you tell him, fuck you, he deserves to be able to shoot you. I can't preach that anymore. I can't. Why? Because I could even use this example right here and say, yo, people, Psycho Stu was wrong as shit. But what happened in that ring shouldn't have happened. I'm not going to be a guy that can justify, well, shit, you saw he got pummeled on, but he hit him with, because what happened before that, first of all, thinking that he's a wrestler and hitting him with a beer can, and then telling him you're not going to sell it as like trying to pull a wrestling act, a fake move, right? We will always say, if Raja beats the shit out of him right there on that spot or hooks off on him right there, he's in the right. Okay? But you go through all of these handshakes, all of these apologies, and even if somebody told you allegedly to hit him for real and they stage it for you to get in there, that I can't preach that means that you should do what you did in that ring then. Because the moment we justify that, we put a million other kids in the same situation that Raja is in right fucking now, which is possibly facing attempted murder charges. The prosecution is going to sit up there with justification because of the beer can in the first. They're going to talk about all this premeditation that's on his stream, the handshakes, the apologies, the wrestling element, the mistaken identity, all of these things. Be careful what we teach each other about killing an ant with a sledgehammer. Be careful. Be careful. I'm learning. I'm teaching that to myself right now, and I think we need to pay attention to that. All right. I'm done with all the main topics. Let's get into a couple debates. A couple little small debates just for fun. Who influenced fashion more, Brooklyn or Harlem? I know some of you New Yorkers ain't gonna like this debate.
The whole Brooklyn's fly in Harlem is what you saying? Or y'all got a couple fly niggas in Harlem?
Like you got one section that matters the most.
But Bed-Stuy's considered Harlem.
No, it's
the
not.
Harlem
You
of
made
Brooklyn.
that up. You made that up. It's not nobody on this fucking earth ever said that. You made that up.
Because you're stylish.
The whole Harlem is fly.
Right? Yeah. Crazy.
There's a lot of dusties
Right.
too.
It's more influential at fashion than Harlem.
Harlem.
Y'all seriously gonna say that right now?
It's fun.
Besides you and Dipset,
Right.
I don't know
Other than
anybody
what?
else from Harlem
Me neither.
that set
Me either.
style. What's the name? Brooklyn has a lot of
Yeah.
you could say that.
Yeah.
Me, Big,
Yeah.
and Hove
There you go.
outweigh
Right there.
Harlem's.
There you go. Right there. Whatever he said,
like,
nigga.
You must be talking about like hustlers or like street niggas.
Wait, hold on.
Just saying, I'm
Big
you
and
with
Hov
that?
for fly.
100%. I'm going with
that. I love Hov,
100%.
but Hov, I don't think is in a fly conversation like you did.
Hove sets trends.
He did his thing with the button ups. The whole Brooklyn's fly in Harlem button ups.
Yeah, he had tech niggas to take them jerseys off.
Niggas was
He had
doing
niggas put
what?
jerseys on and
He
take
said
them off.
jerseys.
All right, let me
He
ask
had them
this.
take them off.
Let me ask this.
No more jerseys.
What you see more
But
now?
no,
Tribe Called Quest is doing jerseys.
Hold on,
Man,
what you see?
what are you talking
Okay,
about, bro?
Yeah, niggas take them off.
Do this, bro.
Got
Big
niggas
was
wearing
super
diamonds
fly.
like that.
Let's not
Whole
do that.
got niggas wearing diamonds.
The jewelry?
Straight up.
First nigga talking about platinum.
Niggas wasn't wearing tennis necklaces.
You see
with,
more.
like,
Y'all trying to go in the jury. We talk
Right
about
or wrong?
fly shit.
That's
Y'all
fly.
gotta
That's
go
part of
in
your
the jury
jury.
and shit like that.
You don't
Listen.
come out. You don't get
Yeah, I
pushed out.
got
Everybody got jury on.
Yeah,
Hov do shit that other niggas can't. He got the watch game on lock. He always had the
Right.
jury game on lock. But besides,
I mean, Rolex diamonds. What the fuck you done?
I said the jury. I said he did the one-on-one.
Okay.
It's a one-on-one to this.
Sure.
But that's
the
not
main-
that's
that's bigger than anything in this game right now.
that's a
The
Brooklyn
ice.
nigga
Niggas was
attitude.
wearing gold.
See, the
Everybody
Harlem
was
nigga
wearing
don't need
gold.
nothing.
Gold chain.
What do Harlem
I
niggas?
can
Don't
take all
take
the
no
jury off and
jewelry.
don't get diggy. You heard?
Don't take no jewelry.
Get diggy on these niggas. You heard? And ups.
Yeah, he had tech niggas to take.
All right, y'all want me to do it? Y'all want me to answer it? I'll answer it. Let me first say this. I see in the chat, niggas be like, this person puts that shit on, that other person puts that shit on. I'm gonna tell you who puts that shit together. I'm taking a step further. Who puts it together the best in the entire hip hop landscape? It's Fab. It's Fab. Puts it together. These socks with this jewelry and this these shorts and this shirt, and this particular hat, or nobody puts it together like Fab. He's a top guy to me, in my opinion, on a fashion tip. Now, when we start talking about Brooklyn and Harlem influence on fashion. So there are other fashion icons that come out of Harlem. I mean, like some people is only wearing customized Gucci or Louis Vuitton jackets, whatnot, in April, because of Harlem, Pele's and all that, because of Harlem, right? But when we look at the artists that provided the most influence, that impacted the entire hip hop culture as well as the world, that's when people start talking about what they did. They brought up Dipset, they brought up Big, they brought up Jay, they mentioned Fab. There's some ones that wasn't even mentioned right here that's going to crush Harlem in this debate, and I'm gonna mention them. When it comes to the dips, pink is dope. I wear pink. I got pink sneakers. I got pink velour. I got pink hats. I got pink jewelry. Pink is dope. This is for life right here. I wear this every day. That's for a different reason, but pink is dope. The dips definitely made it cool because it was always looked at as a feminine color to really put it together like as an outfit. Mostly Cam, the pink cars, the pink cell phones, the pink furs, the pink chinchillas, mostly Cam. Jim and Jewels really pushed the rock star look. They had Stack Bundles out there looking like that, Max B out there looking like that. It was a whole way. Lil Wayne adopted their style. The wallet chains, you got to give that to Jim. That whole rock star look, somebody like Jewels was bringing it to the jewelry, the skull and bones chains and everything like that. You guys killed that. And I could look around, I could see a lot of people wearing wallet chains and whatnot because of y'all. I don't look around and see a bunch of people rocking pink like that because of y'all. Y'all normalized it. Y'all made it okay. But do I look even to today? Do I see a bunch of? Do I walk outside? If I go in the mall right now, will I see somebody wearing pink, like a pink outfit on some Harlem shit? I don't think I will. The J thing is too easy. Like Jim brought up the button ups. That's too clear of how massive of it. He literally did make people stop wearing jerseys. You go to Jimmy Jazz, you walk down Brooklyn, go to Fulton Mall, some shit like that. Everybody took the jerseys out of the storefront glass and put button-up shirts in. On all the mannequins, button-up shirts. That's Jay. All right. The Yankee hat. Dare I say, there's nothing that the Diplomats have done that has surpassed the popularity of the New York Yankee hat. It's not even on some New York shit. You can find it everywhere. It's just so popularized by Jay. The button-ups, it's gone. That's not here like it was when he did it. So it didn't continue like that. But if you want to talk about things continuing, right? Here's some big ones that was left out. Biggie and Coogee. I could walk into the mall right now and find an expensive section of Coogee to this day. That goes to Big, which then goes to Brooklyn. And there's one that might pass it all. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's an argument, even if I went and pulled up I don't know if I could pull up numbers on this, but it might even contest what the Yankee fitted. Might be bigger than, especially in hip hop culture. Definitely passes the button ups, definitely passes the wallet chains, definitely passes pink, passes all of that. And Big owns that responsibility as well. It's the Jesus piece. Fab was just making a debate that the jewelry is part of your drip. It's part of the outfit. People change their jewelry to match what they're wearing. I do. A lot of y'all do too. The Jesus piece, you might be able to argue as number one. That's big. That Biggie as in Biggie Smalls. And it's big. That's a double. That's a bar. The Jesus piece. I'm just saying. I got a couple. Who made it popular for me to have them? Big. Brooklyn got Harlem as far as global influential impact. They do. It just is what it is. All right. Y'all want another debate? Let's do another one. Chat, start answering. Go ahead. Tell me what y'all got. Only music. No personal life. Only music. One person has to go. Go ahead, chat. Let me see what y'all do. Go ahead. Go ahead. I know this one's tough. All right. So Aaron says Usher is gone. Okay. Between rounds, our member says Chris Brown goes. Usher, CB, Usher gotta go. MJ and CB and Kells stays. Damn, Usher. Sniper say R. Kelly. I don't expect to see too many of these when we follow the caption of the post. It says no personal life, only music, which is why I don't expect to see any R. Kellys, to be honest. I'm trying not to spoil it. But Usher all VA bias. So that don't count. Kells, hold on. Jay says R. Kelly, Usher, maybe Ush. All right, so no Michael Jacksons. Usher, Kells. Usher seems to have the most. CB, by Kells. There's a couple R. Kelly in here. Okay, so here's the truth. Whether you guys want to accept the truth or not. I don't know how anybody chooses Michael Jackson. Right? I think, even by the numbers, I don't got them in front of me, but I think Michael Jackson is the biggest music star in history. And when I say music, I mean across all genres. I don't care if you say rock and roll, hip hop, R&B, country, everything. Michael Jackson. When you could make $600 million in 2024 and you've been deceased for 15 years, you made more than all celebrities. That says, why you think that? With his catalog, his albums, his tours, his money, his trend setting, his influence, everything that the guy did was through the roof. He didn't do anything. There's no song that came and it was just like, There's no video that dropped and it was like, There's no album that came and it was like, it's number 3 on the list. Everything he did, everything he touched was through the roof. Michael Jackson. Number 1, the top guy in music history. R. Kelly. Who debates that he is the best R&B artist of all time? R. Kelly is so good that we can take his own music off the table and bring up the catalog of writing and hits that he gave to other people and argue with the best and argue your top 5. With shit that he gave away, you could argue people's top 5s. He is the musical R&B GOAT. He just is. That's why caption even says no personal life. They want you to not think about that and keep it real. It's all. Everybody knows this. R&B artists know this. Some of the biggest R&B artists in the world say this. Tyrese is, and they're like, it's him, man. Like, he got it. For me, I obviously then argue between Usher and Chris Brown. Now, Usher's a little bit older, so I felt a little bit more of the impact musically from Usher's wave, but Usher's still a king. Usher's another guy that's impacted other people's careers heavily. When people call Chris Brown the modern day Michael Jackson, I'm not mad at it, but I'll never be able to say that as my own personal opinion, because the impact of Michael Jackson is something you'll never see again. Chris Brown doesn't come anywhere close to the impact of Michael Jackson. Nowhere close. I feel like when people say that, it's the combination of his singing, song making, performance, dancing, stage presence. That's what I think it is. And that's a big thing. That's not to take nothing away from Chris Brown at all. You definitely need to talk about numbers and impact, though. No way. Or influence. There's no way you talk about influence, impact, and numbers when people put Michael Jackson and Chris Brown in the same sentence. So when we just go to quality of music across your entire career, it's not easy for me with Usher and Chris Brown. It's not. It's not easy. And if you force me to pick on a spot, some of y'all might get mad at me. Chris Brown is the one that goes, because I feel more impacted by Usher's music over the last, I don't know, 20 years or whatever than Chris Brown's music. But Chris Brown also impact. It's not to say that Chris Brown's music didn't impact. It did. He's a GOAT. He is a GOAT, Chris Brown. I don't know what other credit I can give you. He's a GOAT. But I can't jump that fast and say Chris Brown over Usher. Because if I pull them up side by side right now, album for album, hot single for hot single, charting for, do not disrespect Usher. Usher is one of our kings. It's Chris Brown's moment right now. So I think people are having a little bit of a current day generational recency reaction. It's not easy between those two guys. All right. All right. This last one is not really a debate. I could ask y'all whether y'all fuck with it or not, but NBA proposing $1 million one-off tournament at the All-Star Weekend. Well, we need something because the All-Star games is trash, and so is the dunk contest, and we don't care too much about the NBA, the three-point NBA contest neither. The skills contest, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? The celebrity game, who cares? We don't care about All-Star Weekend anymore. We don't. There's way better street dunkers that y'all need to go find and get. The NBA dunk contest ain't been shit for a long time. That used to be the reason everybody would tune in. The All-Star games, nobody cares about them. Some of the biggest players sometimes even opt out and don't even play in the games, you know. But a one-on-one with $1 million up, I think the pride of it being just me and you makes people play for real, unlike it does in today's All-Star game. There's no pride in the game anymore. There's pride still in a one-on-one. You are not going to have Kevin Durant in a one-on-one tournament, and he's not going to play his heart out. That's KD shit. I think he would like to claim that he's the best one-on-one player in the history of the NBA. I think he would like to claim that. Don't know Kevin Durant want to get in there with no Cade Cunningham and losing one-on-one. And Cade is the truth, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you get people like KD in that, but then you're also going to have people that's not going to want to play in it because it's a one-on-one, a brand thing. The LeBrons of the world skipped the NBA dunk contest for a reason. Kobe played in it. MJ played in the dunk contest. LeBron never did it because he knows he's not going to win that shit and it wouldn't look good. He'd get killed, get third place in that shit. Fourth place in that shit. Right? So the LeBrons of the world, then again, you want to know how LeBron could play in a one-on-one and scapegoat his age. He could do that. He could play that narrative. But KD don't give a fuck about none of that. Imagine seeing a KD and a Steph one-on-one. You know, like that is would have me. I didn't watch nothing of last year's All-Star Weekend. Nothing. I caught highlights. I didn't watch nothing. I used to sit down for All-Star Weekend in front of the TV. Now I don't give a fuck about it. This right here, I would stop what I'm doing. And shout out to the NBA for paying attention to what's hot out there. And shout out to all these other small companies that made one-on-ones hot. It's a whole movement, man. The one-on-one movement. I follow it heavily. I tweet about it sometimes. Nas is my favorite. Nasir Kaur, he's my favorite. But there's a lot of, I just watched Nesco versus Scoob. That was a good one-on-one. Actually, that was a rematch. So Nesco was up. You know what? I won't spoil it for some of y'all if you didn't see it yet. Did I just spoil it on? I think I said too much, yeah. But the one-on-one movement is big. And I follow it, man. And the NBA bringing that in would be smart because it's already got a lot of legs and people want to see some of these NBA matchups. So do it, please. Then I'll sit in front of a TV again. All right. That's it for today. What do we got over here on the supers? We got Mr. Hall came through at 6:13. Don't know if this matters or not, ARP, but Gucci is 45 years old. What was I saying earlier about his age? It definitely matters for the relevance of that topic, about him coming home from jail and continuing to evolve. What do they say most street niggas are supposed to do? Time it. Like, get in and get out. Get out with your freedom and get out with your health and your life. Right? That's the best end game. That's the best finish line for a street nigga. Right? You want to gang bang in your 40s and your 50s and your 60s? All right, good luck. I know you ain't trying to really be active in your 40s and 50s and 60s, are you? Right? Are you? So Gucci being 45 years old, it appears he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. So Little Monster came through at 613 as well. Said ARP and the hashtag Green Team. We on deck. Yeah, we members. Members is deep in here these days. Nikita, our member, says hit the like button. Join the Green Team. Share the live, please, y'all. If you didn't hit it yet, please on your exit hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. It's real easy and it's free. Just boom, like. That's it. Somebody send me the locks for this week. Send me the locks for this week. What's this? At 6:30. What was we talking about the lot? My bad. I forget what this one's about, Nikita. Send me the locks for this week. My bad. I forget which topic that is. God, the Brand's in the building says salute ARP. She poisoning that baby. Right? Right? You're provoking it. You know what a real mother, I said it, a real mother is supposed to do? Understand that babies have preferences, just like grown ass men do as well. They have preferences. I'd rather be at this house, whether I'm gonna act a little different, you know what I'm saying, rather than that house. Like, babies have preferences and they cry to show what they want. A real mother is supposed to hand that baby over and comfort the baby. No, it's cool. His daddy's here. I know you only see him one weekend out the month, but as daddy, comfort the baby. Comfort the baby. You want the baby to be upset for your stupid ass video. And I want you to explain now why you wanted to record that. I don't want to get back into that shit. That shit pisses me off. But what type of mother is that? Jay with the 214. I don't know what it means. I don't. I do it. Two Clean Johns. He gifted a membership at 7:02 a.m. So shout out to Two Clean Johns, man. I appreciate you, homie. Hope somebody caught that gift. And it's cool if that was the last one. Definitely cool if that was the last one. Who else in the chat real quick? We got Gold Up, the world record high right now, y'all. Who else in the chat? Thank you. I caught this one in Vegas. I forget the name of the store. It's kind of a custom. It's kind of a custom joint. I think there's someone on the back. Is it someone? I think there's someone on the back. Yeah, so I appreciate it. I got this in pink. And what kind of blue is it? Not a royal. It's almost like a navy. If I remember, I'll wear it tomorrow. But yeah, it's like a little sparkle diamond and not real diamonds, of course, but and it wasn't cheap neither. I feel like this one was probably like anywhere from like $60 to $80, something like that. So I grabbed all three of them. I do that a lot, especially when I'm out of town, because you'll find some of these stores that just got exclusives, and it's just like, yo, grab it because you ain't gonna find it. Especially if it's not sold online, grab it now. You ain't gonna find it nowhere else. So appreciate you, homie. All right. I don't even remember the name of the store. I got a Vegas trip before the year's over. If I make my way back out there, I'll try to remember what store it was. She was talking about sports picks for the parlays. I assume ARP. Okay. Shout out to Nikita. Okay, cool. Appreciate y'all. All right. We out of here on Tuesday. It's like 7:30 a.m. Eastern time, and we're about an hour and 30 into the stream. Not bad, not bad. In my mind, I thought we was going to finish the stream in an hour today. I thought the Gucci shit was going to be 20 minutes. Brittany was going to get 10, and Rampage got 10, but y'all know how we do. We still crossed that hour mark. I really, really want to get to an hour. I really am going to try, but I know when we still here talking our shit, it's all good, so I appreciate y'all. But 6 a.m., I'll catch y'all in the morning, all right? Y'all be safe.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss, making decisions my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry Street Podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.